Hi, Mike. Hi, Lisa. My name is John Randazzo, and I'm with Digital Marketing Northwest. But more importantly, I'm a friend of Mike Kraus, and a couple weeks ago he reached out to me and asked if I would do a little evaluation and an audit for you on your online presence. And I'm gonna be honest, this is like I think my 10th take of trying to make this video because I'm trying to fit an hour presentation into 15 minutes for you so that I'm not wasting your time. I know how valuable your time is. And honestly, at some point, if you're interested, I know that you and Mike are meeting um, on the 5th, which is today, I guess this morning. I'm into the morning now. You guys are going to meet today and talk about this stuff. So I'm making this video for you to kind of give you an idea of what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks, because 2 weeks ago Mike reached out and asked if I would do this for you, and I did. I spent the last 2 weeks monitoring your website traffic, your reviews that have come in, your past reviews, the keywords that you're ranking for in Google that people are searching for that are getting them to end up on your website. And like I said, I wanted to take 2 weeks so that I could actually get an accurate snapshot, as accurate as I can without spending months, because obviously speed is of the essence right now. I know that busy season is coming, so all of this stuff to gain new clients, new customers needs to start soon, if not now. I'll just kind of give you a breakdown of what I did. I don't want to, like I said, it's about my 10th take, because I'm trying to get I'm trying to get a whole bunch of info to you. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to include this. I'll include the PowerPoint as a PDF so that if you want to go back and read it, you can too. So in case if I go over stuff too fast, you can always look at it again if you want to. Okay, so this is what I did. I went into Google and I typed in and I did a search for Spokane Lawn Care. And the reason I used that search is because I went and I found out that search term actually gets searched almost 400 times a month, right? So 400 times a month, potential customers are raising their hand saying, hey, I need a lawn care company to come take care of me. And our goal is going to be to try and get as many of those people to become your customers, right? And the main way to do that online is to have your website, your map listing, which is this, your Google My Business, or a paid ad on that first page and at the very top of the search term, right? So every time someone searches Spokane Lawn Care, those top listings, which, by the way, you are them, they're going to get the bulk of the traffic. So if we're getting the bulk of the traffic, the main goal is to take that traffic and convert them into customers, right? And I think sometimes that's the part that seems to not get addressed as much as the part of getting that traffic to your website, right? Everyone's about being number one in Google, or I want to show up number one in the map pack, but that's all well and good if we make sure that all of the people that are clicking onto your website or are looking at your Google listing are being converted into customers, right? Or all of this is for nothing. I know, because I'm a small business too, the number one thing that we're trying to do by advertising is to get customers, not to have them come look at our website and tell us how cool it looks. We want to convert, right? Take the traffic, take the people who are visiting and convert them into customers. So when Mike contacted me 2 weeks ago, he said, I have a friend who needs help. They've kind of been not full-time in their business, and now they're going to be. So it's go time. So when he said that, I sat and thought for a couple hours, okay, what's going to be the quickest, most efficient way to change or to optimize your online presence to get the fastest return on investment, right? So I guess the not so long-winded, what is it going to be the best thing to concentrate on right now that will lead to more customers? And what I came up with was this, right? My little presentation that I put together for you. All right, we want to take your listing right now that's a 3.6 star rating, which needs to be higher. We want to get that to 5 stars, right? We want to make it obvious when somebody who doesn't know you yet lands on this, they choose you because there's no question. And the way we do that is by making that 5.0 stars and like 300 of them. And I know it sounds like it's there's no way to do that, but trust me, we can do that. And I know that we can do that because you're an established business that I know has a good reputation. And the star rating it's not representing it. It's not an accurate representation. So we're going to make it accurate. And the way that we do that is with a system that I've made, right? Something that is a plan that's got tasks that are completed and done and on time with a goal, so that it's not just left up to chance. Because if we leave it to chance, that's how you end up with a 3.6 star review, because what ends up happening is the people who are mad at you are motivated enough to go leave you a review, and then all your happy customers, if it's not super easy or they forget, they just don't, even if you ask them. It's just kind of the reality of things. And another reality is that Amazon has trained everybody in this country and in the world pretty much that the best way to figure out and to decide who you're going to buy something from or who you're going to hire is by how many stars they have next to their name. Okay, so if that's the rules we got to play by, then fine. We're going to go out and win that game. And that game is he who has the most reviews with the highest star rating usually gets the first call, usually gets the higher conversion. And now, and this is a fact, it's not even usually, Google is using your reviews and the amount of reviews as a way to decide where you show up in search. They're actually treating it as what's called a ranking factor, right? They're going to start ranking people by their stars because it's social proof. If you have 300 reviews that are 5 stars of customers writing a paragraph about how great you are, Google is pretty comfortable with making sure that you're number one, right? And so, like I said, the way we go about all of this is with a system. And the reason why we want to do this is because of these stats right here. And I'm not going to sit and dwell on them. You can come back and read them and go, if you want, look up the source, because all of these were done with a survey. And they're pretty shocking. And really the main one to me, being a salesman all my life, is this one right here. If 84% of people trust online reviews as much as a personal recommendation, that means that 84% of people, if they read a review about you and end up contacting you, there's a really, really, really strong possibility that they're going to be customers, right? Anytime I've had a personal recommendation and that customer came into me that was referred to me by a friend, they end up buying because the rapport and trust part of it is dealt with. You don't have to worry about that, right? Being long-winded, but I know as a business owner, you know how important that one is. It's huge. So what we want to do is get a whole bunch of those personal recommendations. Those are the phone calls you get. Not just people asking about information, but people who are showing up already pre-qualified. They're already halfway there. You just need to close the deal. Okay, and the way we go about doing that is first, number one, and that's the report that I ran right here, is getting all of your listings, all of the pages that people leave reviews on, up to 100%. And matter of fact, there's actually 350 of these different review sites. These are the main ones. These are the two primary sources, Google and Facebook. You need to have all of them, all of these sites lit up green. The gray ones mean that you have no listings. The red ones mean that there's conflicting information about your business. And I know from doing the research that conflicting information is that you have two different addresses going for the same business and the same phone number. So that would need to be corrected. That's the number one first thing to do, is to correct it so that you have the same address and phone number and name of business across all of these different properties online. That way that they all end up at you. They all end up at your business, not confused and moving on to somebody else, right? And so I can do that for you, or you can do it on your own. It's a tedious job. It's 350, but it's not rocket science. You just need to make sure that your name, your address, and your phone number is the same on all of them. Okay? So here's kind of a snapshot of kind of a report card. Like I said, I'm going to include these slides so you can go back and look at this if you want. And, be straight up honest and look at that listing right here and tell me who you'd call first. And don't use a personal bias. Be honest. If you're just going to look at that listing and you're just going to glance at it, you're probably going to go after the 4.8 or 4.7, right? 3.6 is too low. And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything. I'm saying it because honesty is important when we're dealing with this stuff, right? Numbers don't lie. We need to get this average. We need to get these numbers so that when somebody who doesn't know you, right, that has no personal bias at all, they're showing up and they got 3 people they don't know and they've got to make a decision, and we know that they do that by looking at reviews. So let's fix them. It's something that can be done in a relatively short time and relatively inexpensive as far as the return on investment is concerned. And I know because I've sat and watched businesses. Matter of fact, I've sat and watched Mike go from 5 reviews to almost 200 in a month and a half. And when you look at his Google listing now, it's for me, when I try and be unbiased, there's no other choice for me. If I was going to buy a home security system, there's no choice who would get my business. There's so many customers that have sat and told their story about Mike that it would be silly to use somebody else. It's really that powerful. Changing this right here is really that powerful. And the way we do it is a review acquisition and management system, right? We have a plan in place so that these 3 issues that most people have for not leaving a review get addressed, right? I have a system that I put in place for you that not only collects them, but nurtures your customers, right? We're going to be able to have past clients that you know and current ones, as they become customers, have a system and a way to easily leave reviews so that we can boost that to 5 stars. Now look, I'm out of time. I want to talk more. I'm going to include these slides, and if you want to learn more, I'm more than happy to help you out. Talk soon.